Unscripted is a huge part of the media landscape today. So platform by platform, somewhere between 30 and 50% of the content on each of the major platforms, if you went through each of them, is unscripted. It's reality TV, or it's these live adventure shows, even these live competitions or game shows. And so it's up to 50% of what people are consuming on a day-to-day basis. It reaches just tons of people.
If you look at all of the programming we've done over the last 20 years, 400 hours of television, $500 million in production, multiple awards. There's a red through line through everything we do that's very aspirational, family friendly. And we think the wild and outdoor and kind of adventure as a backdrop, it is kind of our unique signature type of programming. Bear's brand is so synonymous with the wild, with the outdoors, kind of adventure and kind of wild as a backdrop is a really kind of fertile environment for conversation and, points to things around creation.
And the idea that we could have an influence there, that you could inculcate positive values through that rather than negative values and reach these groups of people who are often so difficult to reach through entertainment is really impactful to me. One example of that for me and the way that faith has come out naturally or organically in the work that he's done is on Running Wild at one point, while Barack Obama was the sitting president of the United States, Bear had an opportunity to take President Obama on an adventure. And as a part of that, very naturally, he and President Obama, who's also a person of faith, prayed before they went out, right? You're gonna do some risky stuff. You're taking the president on a fairly dangerous adventure. One's inclined to pray for protection. And that was a very simple act, but it went viral around the world.
So I remember that moment of praying with Obama that I was talking about. It was a real battle with NBC to get that moment included. And I really kind of fought for it. I said I really wanted it. Wraps up the adventure beautifully. But it was a real battle. It was a battle we just about won with NBC. But then many other territories around the world, we lost that battle. And that bit was cut out.
It's been rather actually frustrating to go in and talk to some of these network leaders because they are looking for very, I would say, turn and burn reality TV shows that lack any kind of moral fortitude. They're looking for bikini dating shows. They're looking for a lot of stuff that can grab headlines in a way that is fine for that group of people, but there's no shelf life in that kind of content.
I think there's more division, more turmoil, more uncertainty, and more loneliness in people than ever before. So it feels like this is a time, and to be honest, that cultural kind of slant has increased a lot over the last years, and we want to break away, have that freedom, still make it for the biggest networks in the world, but editorially on our terms and in a way that we know is positive, beautiful, faith-enhancing, life-enhancing. So the Everest Fund is exactly that. It's about building a fund that empowers us to be able to make positive impact, outdoor action, adventure-based shows that have a faith slant running through it, to be able to do it on our own terms.
One of the things that we're really excited about is just the idea that there's this false dichotomy between having market returns and making cultural impact.
I think there's this perception, which has proven true in various parts of ESG or even Christian investing, that if you want to have deeply values integrated investment strategies, you're going to trade off return, right? That you're either going to be high impact or you're going to be high return, but you can't be both, right? I actually think there are approaches to faith-driven investing where that's not true, right? And that's what we're focused on as sovereigns. Our core thesis, even though we have multiple asset classes, is that we can find a way to genuinely and authentically integrate positive aspects of Christian faith into the investment that we're doing while still seeking top quartile returns, high returns in the market.
Unscripted as a medium has a number of benefits. It's faster to make, costs less, and returns capital to investors quicker. And there's opportunities, given the nature of its in real life, to integrate partners in key ways that allows us to kind of support what they're doing.
I want to be able to turn the dial up on shining the light and including the good stuff. It doesn't have to be much, but it's just to be able to control that narrative more, to be able to create more faith programming. But you won't know it's faith programming because it's wrapped around adventure. It's really about positive impact, being able to work to our own agenda, just quietly, subtly, rather than always being beholden to the cultural whims of a lot of the big networks.
So with AI coming in here, our projects are future-proof because it's real people doing real things. We are showing you the reality as it's happening. You know, our hopes through all of this and all the content that we make is to get, you know, people off the couch, people out into the wilderness, and to people to go explore, have adventures, but also explore their faith. And I believe that you couldn't have adventure without faith, and you can't have faith without adventure.
It's also nice to know that, like, through the fund and what we're doing, values-based investors aren't asking us to do anything that we're not already doing. We're doing it at a level of scale and fidelity that we think is going to have a real transformative impact, and not only deliver great returns, but also have the impact that we desire on the culture, because we're talking about a fund that over the course of the fund's life will yield 200 plus episodic hours of kind of values-oriented programming in the unscripted space.